What motivated soldiers to be the first to climb the siege ladder? Okay, this is a video that I've actually really wanted to watch because how can somebody genuinely put themselves in a position where they know they're gonna die? Like, if I was there, bro, I'm going last in line every time.
Being the first on the wall in a siege often meant certain death. It involved battling through to the wall.
And I'm sure everybody knew that they were gonna die, right? So how do you go about it? Do you just rock, paper, scissors? Like, guys, rock, paper, scissors, whoever goes up first. This actually reminds me of a video I watched. It was about like 3 adult men who were like in a Middle Eastern country. I don't know what language they were speaking, but they were basically playing rock, paper, scissors for who was going to get to be the suicide bomber in some type of like war or something, right? And the dude who won was so happy because he got to die for his country. Now I'm thinking like, bro, I would never do that for America. I don't care. Like, I don't even want to go to the military, bro. Nobody wants to sign up for the draft. They just make us do that. So please don't get us in no wars. Please, Trump, don't do that. Don't be doing that. So I'm thinking they must have wanted to do it because there's no way you could win a war unless people want to do it.
Being an exposed ladder or siege tower, only to meet a superior force of defenders upon reaching the top. Nevertheless, brave men in antiquity and the Middle Ages repeatedly took on this daunting challenge. They even competed against each other for the privilege, because contrary to popular belief, everyone wanted to scale the defenses and face the enemy first.
See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like in certain time periods and in certain societies, people are very devout in fighting for their country or a cause, so they want to do it, right? But if I was there, bro, I'm trying to find the best way. I'm going last in line. I'm trying to live, you know? I'm trying to go back to see my family.
In this video, we ask why soldiers were willing to face death to be the first on the wall. In 209 BC, a Roman army under the general Scipio Africanus attacked New Carthage in Spain. The morning after their arrival, the Romans attempted to storm the city from the east and south, but they failed and Scipio recalled his men. However, he didn't give the defenders a break, ordering a second attack on the same day. The New Carthaginians were not prepared for this. They had used up most of their ammunition in the morning and could only keep the Romans, who were now trying to scale the city from 3 sides at a distance by withdrawing all their forces from the northern side of the city. This was precisely what Scipio had hoped for. He had 500 of his best men sneak across the lagoon north of New Carthage and climb over the wall unnoticed. When they succeeded in opening the east gate from the inside, the city's fate was sealed. After the battle, 2 men claimed to have been the first to enter the wall. Quintus Trebellius, a centurion of the 4th Legion who had been with the 500 men on the north side, and Sextus Digitus, a marine who had fought on one of the galleys south of the city. The disagreements between the two erupted into an argument, almost leading to a violent clash between their units.
Okay, so being the first one on the wall was some type of accomplishment, right? Some type of like respect, some type of, I don't know what it was, but it seems like people wanted to do it because they wanted the clout and the respect that came with being known as being the first on the wall, which even led them to thinking about fighting. What are you even doing now? But I kind of see it now because people were very masculine and brute force and yeah, we're strong. So, but you know how dumb that is? You guys accomplished your goal, you win the fight, and now you're beefing because one of y'all 30 miles away you climbed up the wall, another one 100 miles away climbed up the wall. How are you going to tell? How do you know somebody else didn't climb up the wall first?
Shortly before words came to blows between the Marines and the legionaries, Scipio appointed 3 arbiters who decided that both had entered the wall simultaneously.
Oh my gosh, bro, that's gonna make nobody happy. It's like when a UFC match or a boxing match concludes in a draw. You think that makes either fighter happy? No, somebody wants to win. You gotta choose a winner. And were these arbiters even there? How are they choosing? Why are you trusting them?
Both should be honored with the Corona Muralis. The 2 men had good reason to argue, because the Corona Muralis, or mural crown, was one of ancient Rome's most coveted military decorations. According to the Roman writer...
Okay, that makes sense. So they wanted to earn something, and this Corona thing, Corona Borealis, shout out the beer company, was something that you achieved if you were the first on the wall in some type of battle and lived, I guess, right? So it was probably extremely rare because being the first on the wall surely gets you killed. And the fact that there were 2 people that claimed to be the first on the wall and they survived and they won the war, then yeah, I see why people would fight over being the first to climb on it, right?
Aulus Gellius. It was a golden crown shaped like a city wall and decorated with crenellations. This award was similar to modern medals of honor, such as the American Medal of Honor or the German Cross of Honor for valor. But its impact was much greater. Whoever received it became a famous war hero, received a princely financial reward, and could use his military success as a political stepping stone. The Corona Moralis was
Okay, so this is just more important than what I thought. First of all, the Medal of Honor, nobody cares about the Medal of Honor in the military in the US. Like, people just get it because they end up doing something heroic. It's not like they wanted it. Nobody's gonna risk their life because, oh, I wanna get the Medal of Honor. No, it's because they really felt sacrificial in that moment and jumped on a grenade. Or is that the Purple Heart? Now I'm confused. But yeah, if there was something on the line that could advance your career, your money, your power, I would definitely try to be the first one. I don't think I would actually. I think I'd still be too scared.
rarely awarded, as typically only one person could be the first on the wall. In ancient Rome, awards were generally not awarded posthumously, and many who made it onto the wall did not come back down alive. According to the archaeologist
If anyone's wondering, posthumously means after you're dead.
Valerie A. Maxfield, the Corona Moralis was awarded without regard to rank or status, at least until the imperial period. Our initial example underscores this point. If a simple marine could be decorated, then certainly legionaries could be too. However, it was likely the centurions who most frequently received the Corona Moralis. They usually received the award for the collective effort of the entire unit. This was because one man couldn't conquer a wall alone. The centurions had men to watch their backs, shoot at the defenders and secure the ladders, giving them the best chance of success. Of course, the legionaries also benefited, not only by sharing the glory as part of the team that had defeated the wall, but also because the recipient of the crown almost certainly shared his winnings with them. It is no coincidence that the moment of overcoming the wall was rewarded. The assault on the wall was one of the most dangerous and costly phases of a siege. Anyone who made it to the city had to climb up a ladder, virtually unprotected, while arrows and stones rained down on him. The defenders tried to knock the ladder
Wait, if they needed a ladder to climb up, why didn't they just push the ladder off, right? Then they wouldn't be able to climb up. Then there wouldn't even be anybody to go up first on the wall.
over, and several opponents struck at him from above. If he still managed to scale the wall, he faced an overwhelming number of defenders trying to kill him or force him off the wall. The chances of success were slim, but if only a single man gained a foothold, a siege that would otherwise cost an incredible amount of time, money, and lives could be ended quickly. This is precisely why armies motivated their men to conquer the wall by offering a reward. Days or even hours could be crucial in a siege. This was also the case with Scipio Africanus' attack on New Carthage. The general knew that he had less than a week before Carthage's army arrived to rescue the defenders, so the performance of Quintus Trebellius and Sextus Digitus was decisive for the battle, which is possibly the reason why they were both awarded the Corona Moralis in the end. According to the Roman historian Livy, Roman soldiers were prepared to go to extreme lengths to win the Corona Moralis. In his History of Rome he writes, quote, "The men dashed on in the face of wounds and missiles, and neither walls nor armed men standing on them can restrain them from vying with one another in the attempt to climb." And
Wouldn't this kind of be like a negative and ruin the battle? No, because what if two teammates are battling to get to the top first, and then that just causes them to die or like take the L on the fight or something? Because the incentive is so high. Because why wouldn't anybody want it if the incentive is that high, right? And if two people could get it at the same time, what if you collectively decided for like 10 people to get up at the same time to try to get 10 people that crown of Corona, and 10 people get rich, 10 people get more power?
clearly the Roman soldiers were ready to give their lives for the Corona Moralis and the honor that came with it. This may seem crazy today, but it made perfect sense back then. To understand why, we need to understand the importance of military success in Roman society.
Bro, this is not crazy at all. It's just about military success, power, and influence and money. If you incentivized American soldiers with like a power position to lead your own army, to get rich, to be able to have more say in like your country or politics, or somehow more people would want to take that position and be the first in like a battle, or the first to negotiate, or the first to this. It's basic incentive.
Roman society was characterized by military virtue to a degree almost unimaginable today.
Yeah, it's like that meme says, right? That every man thinks about the Roman Empire. I do wonder how strong military-wise they were, because there always is history that they were so strong and so powerful, but I see why now, and I would like to know more, actually.
Political and military success were inextricably linked, which is best illustrated by the fact that politicians and high-ranking military officers were the same exclusive group of people.
Exactly. If you gave the power for a military members like a Marine to be able to get wealth and power in politics, bro, you know how many people would join the Navy, the Marines, the military? You know how many people would be incentivized to do that? But then we would also get like the strongest and toughest men as politicians, and we would probably be coming to some type of military government power force doctrine, something like that, and end up just fighting wars and trying to take over countries, which probably wouldn't be so good.
Honor, virtus in Latin, had a real impact on a man's life and social standing. Virtus literally means manliness and stands for bravery, masculinity, excellence, and courage. all of which were considered masculine virtues. In Rome, an aspiring aristocrat had to demonstrate these virtues to win supporters and political backing. Military achievements were the primary means of recognition, and military decorations, so-called dona, like the Corona Muralis, visibly showcased these accomplishments to all. Therefore, awards like the Corona Muralis serviced as a sort of boost up the social and political ladder. In today's world, this would be like someone winning the Medal of Honor, instantly gaining global fame, appearing in every media outlet, and becoming a prominent contender in the next presidential election. In addition, the entire family benefited from the award. If a man received the Corona Muralis, and perhaps even rose to a higher office as a result, this elevated the social status of the whole family. The gens Trebelia, the family of the centurion who won the mural crown in New Carthage, first appeared in the history books with his decoration, but then produced several important men in the late Republic and early imperial period. Marcus Trebellius Maximus was even elected consul in 55 AD. Reaching the top of the wall first,
If we take away the fact that these time periods were like either racist or whatever, or dangerous or whatever, would y'all want to like live in this time period, right? I would want to be in this military, in this Roman Empire, like, but knowing I was going to actually die, because I want to know what the inner workings of society was. It just makes me think everything was about military power, about moving up the level, right? It just seems dope. I don't know why. I know I'm saying this now because I live in a good country and in a good world where, you know, I'm basically safe all the time. But I would want to know what this is like, because it's like living in an anime in real life, right? Like Vinland Saga, but in real life, where you're fighting dudes, you're moving up the ladder, you're getting more power, you're getting your name known, and then you become known in the history books off of being a regular dude who happened to be a great military general or something. Bro, nowadays, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna be in any record books. Even if I were to get hella famous off YouTube or something, I wouldn't be in no record books. Nobody cares about YouTube.
was risky, and death was a real possibility, but the price that beckoned was even greater. This did not end with the fall of the Western Roman Empire, but continued into the Middle Ages. Then, the brave fighters who first stormed the wall were often rewarded with knighthood. Only in the early modern period, when group cohesion became more important, and discipline and order replaced courage and individual performance, were such feats of arms increasingly seen as dangerous solo efforts. In the times of pike and shot warfare, it was no longer worth risking one's life for honor, and the courageous deeds of individuals were replaced by coordinated assaults.
So as time went on, we got smarter by implementing strategy and tactics instead of just going ragtag offense with like no strategy in mind and everybody just trying to, you know, get some clout and some money. Yo, that was a good video, bro. The Roman Empire military, old like military backgrounds, old people that would fight, like historical wars, all that I find so interesting. And now that he mentioned it, I think we need to watch a video on the Roman Empire on how it fell, because I really don't understand it, right? Like, I think I know the basics. I wouldn't be able to tell you right now because I forgot since school, but I know the basics of a lot of these ancient like empires, these cities, these countries that used to be, right? But I don't know the full history, and I think history is such a dope subject when you really dive deep into it, but school made us all hate it. Anyways, yo, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what else you want to watch, and let me know what your favorite time period was. Goodbye.